Um, Good morning. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wait, good morning, good evening, or good night, whatever time you are watching this. It is currently Tuesday, April 4th, 2023, and it is currently 11:26 a.m. I just finished getting ready for my day and showering and just feeling good about today. I'm excited for today. Which also kind of pertains to today's word of the day. I got a good, honestly, little update. I've been a little stagnant with getting my word of the days. I have a list, I write on my notes. Anytime I get an idea for word of the day, I write in my notes. And I was going down my list and I was like, wait, I don't have any more. I'm running out. But yesterday, after reflecting and just being more attentive to things, it kind of made me realize that there's a lot more I can say, a lot more word of the days I can give. So that's what we're doing today. And today's word of the day is pertaining to what today's objective is, which I'll get to afterwards. But today's word of the day is the only limit you have is yourself. Now, I've talked about this a lot in just various word of the days, but this itself is gonna be, all of these word of the days basically have a similar root, but just different ways of approaching it, different ways of saying it, and constantly saying it in different ways, just approaching it in different ways. So in terms of the only limit you have being yourself is, how do I put this? I'm gonna say it. I don't know why I started to say this, but it just kind of works. But a lot of the times in life, we believe that we're stuck in one spot, or we're only capable of being in some certain position. You know what I mean? Whether that's thinking that you're not going to be able to reach a status that someone has reached, thinking that you're not going to be able to get as far as you would like to, or thinking that you only can get so far, or you're stuck in this one position. And it's not the case. It's not the case at all. You placing that mental limit on yourself is the limit that it is. You know what I mean? Once you say, okay, I can only stay in this spot and I'm not going to be able to get out, then it's actually true. But if you actually think to yourself, this will be a spot that I'm going to be in for now, but I'm not going to stay here, then you can see some development. Then that limit that you had is gone. There are no limits to what you can do. If you look at everyone in the world, there are 7 to 8 billion people in this world. That's just now. Just throughout entirety of history, there has been someone that has done something that is viewed as impossible. There's always someone that is doing something that people could never fathom or think of. There are people out here that become the greatest after starting later than most. There are people that make the biggest discoveries and innovations where people deny them and doubt them and say, that's not possible. That's not going to happen. How are you going to let that happen? Or how is that even a thing? That's not even a thing. There are going to be doubters too. And that was that's a video I've had up from when I first started putting these on YouTube. You're going to have doubters. But at the same time, those doubters do not dictate what your limit is. The only limiter is you. And when you start believing those doubters, when you start thinking, okay, maybe I can't do this, or maybe I'm not cut out to do this, or maybe since everyone else is saying I can't do it, or this person didn't do it, I can't do it. That's not the case. That is not your story. Your story is decided by you, not what anyone else has to think, not what anyone else has to say, not what anyone else, just anything, period. Your story is your story, and your limits are your limits. You set them up. You established them. So you got to decide how much you want to limit yourself or not. Do you really want to be stuck with a limit when you know you can get past that? When you're capable of getting past that? You know what I mean? You're capable of doing anything. Anything in the world is possible. If you could think of something, you can do it. And that's that. You know what I mean? That is the whole concept of having a limit on yourself. And you should not have any real limits on yourself. You should put yourself in a limitless position. You should put yourself in a way where you have an objective and a challenge, and you think, maybe I want to do this. You do it. You stick to it. And if you want to be the greatest at something, you're going to have to do that. There are no limits to, okay, well, he started earlier than I did, so I can't. In my opinion, I've thought about it too. It's crossed my mind because I'm telling you guys this because I experienced this too, where it's I want to be the greatest in what I do, but there are things like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods started when he was 10 months old playing golf. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, dang, he's way ahead of me, he's just on a whole different level. I don't even think I could ever attain that or touch that, you know what I mean? But me saying that or thinking that to myself isn't going to get me anywhere closer to that. I can at least be close to that. I can at least get to that point. And definitely, if I dedicated my whole life and my whole self to golf, or to, in that, for this example, to golf, I can definitely do that. But I have to do the work for it. You know, that's another thing too. It's like, you can think you can do it, but if you're not doing anything, you're only limiting yourself. Like yesterday's video. If you're not being intentful with your time, if you're not using your time wisely or working towards what you want to get at, that is limiting yourself. You are the only limiter, because you can make time for things. You know what I mean? You can think to yourself, oh, I don't got time. I got to do this, this, and this. Well, then that means you don't want it enough. Because if you really did want it enough, you'll make time for it. You can make time for things. You know what I mean? And I get that there are responsibilities and you have things you got to get towards. However, if it's something that you truly want, if it's a true goal and a true objective that you think will benefit you in life and will have a reward, you can make time for it. And that kind of falls into your only limit is yourself, because you're the one that decides what you do with your time. You're the only one that really truly decides what you do with all of your time. You can think, oh, well, I got a job, so I don't really have to. Well, you signed up for that job. If you want to quit, you can quit. But you got to decide what you want to do. You know what I mean? So you have options. You truly do have options. You do have a jurisdiction over what a limit is for you. You can decide what your limit is. And that's only you. That only is you. You know what I mean? As I said before, do not let anybody tell you what you cannot or can't, what you can or can't do, what you should or shouldn't do, because they're not living your life. You are living your life. While there are some people out there that mean it with good intentions, like someone says, oh, you can do this, or presenting things with you. I'm saying, when I'm saying people don't listen to people, I'm saying those doubters, those people that are small-minded, those that have limits for you. You know what I mean? Don't listen to those people. You know, I know people are going to care about you. That's obvious. Listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Listen to them. Listen to people that will say, hey, you should be doing this right now, or like, hey, you should get on track. Because there are going to be times when you fall through. And you're going to need someone to lift you back up. But what I'm saying in this scenario, in this case, in terms of having limits, do not let anyone else limit what you got to do. And that is something really hard to grasp onto, because you may have love for this person. You may have value in this person. You may have value in whatever this, or even just groups, like I've said, communities. Whatever the case may be, do not let your community decide who you are. Do not let anything else decide who you are. If you're in a crappy situation, in a crappy community, in a crappy environment, don't let that decide that you're going to live a crappy life. Don't let that give you crappy limits, because you know where you can get at. You're capable of doing it. You just have to do it. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to start going, and you have to do that with intent. Like I said yesterday, you have to work with intent. You have to live your life with intent. You have to do it with that intention. Because when you do it with that intention, you have no limits. You are limitless. You are limitless. You have nothing is stopping you at all. At all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nothing can stop you if you actually do it with intentions. You have no limits. You are capable of doing what you can do. You just have to dedicate the time to it. You have to dedicate yourself to it. You have to push yourself in that, you have to put yourself in that mindset, in that position. And you can just go as far as you need, as you want, but you have to see it through. You have to just get through it. And you have to just drop the limits. There are no limits. You decide the limits. So you go from there and you decide what you're going to do. But just know that no one else and nothing else can limit you but yourself with whatever you do. But yeah. Okay. Update. Oh, I got to sneeze. There it goes. I was gonna be so mad if I didn't sneeze. But so yeah, guys, I'm planning on just being productive today. I got a lot of stuff on my plate, and I realized that, like, yesterday I did live I did live through that day with intention. However, I don't think I did enough, or I did as much as I wanted to. And that's not gonna happen today. Today I'm gonna get what I gotta get done. And I started off pretty late, but that's because I slept late. And yeah, I slept at like 2 or 3 a.m. Like 2 a.m. Yeah. But I woke up at like 8:30, 8:40? No, yeah, 8:40, 8:50. Then I got up, did some stretches, lifted a little bit. Started working on my body more. That was the first thing I really wanted to do, because I started feeling a little bit weak. So I did that, showered, and I'm here. Dressed up like I'm actually going somewhere. Hold on. I don't even know if you guys can see. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Alright. That's all I got really today, guys. I'm actually liking this window setup. So we're gonna stick with it. I like it. I mess with it. But yeah. I thank you guys. I love you guys. God bless you guys. I appreciate all of you. Like, I appreciate all of you so much. All of you guys that watch these videos, like, no matter what you do, interaction. I love the interaction. I love the feedback. I love the comments. I love the likes. Whatever the well, not like, I love the likes because it, you know, reflects like the appreciation. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, oh, give me all the likes, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You get what I mean? You feel me? You feel me? Right? And I hope to take this further. I hope to at least do this, you know, bigger, keep going with it, and to reach more people. I want to touch more people's lives, their spirits, get them to a further point, and just motivate people. Do everything with intention, with that purpose. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? And yeah, but that's all I got today, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I thank you guys. Yeah, that's all I got. Stay blessed. Be you. You got this. You feel me? All right, later, guys. AD is out. I didn't forget to say it. I haven't been forgetting to say it, and I'm so happy. But yeah, AD's out.